So this one is starting to be a quality for white sipping rum. Please, at the same time, don't hesitate to smell, drink.
So no salty smelling.
Yes. So for these notes, I'm going to give you some guidance. You should have a bit of iodine indeed, because we are all around, surrounded by the ocean. You have some licorice, some freshly cut grass, a bit of licorice, anise, all these kind of things. Now, if you do not feel any of those things, it's totally okay. I'm going to talk right now about notes. When we sommelier, bartender, even chef talk about notes, it's something that not everybody has, and it's okay. How come? It's because our palate and our sense of smell comes and develops when we are very young. So it all depends on your upbringing. I was brought up in France, which is very different from the US or from even here. So my palate is around these things, but there is no freshly cut grass in this. But it's just molecules are going to remind you of something that you had when you were young. So here, they always like when I have local people tasting, they're like, oh yeah, no, for me it's mango, for me it's, yeah, because you're brought up only around mangoes and pineapple and such. So it's okay if you do not have the same notes. Usually what happens for the notes is like put a bunch of people around the world, make them taste and say, oh, okay, almost everybody got the licorice. Okay, let's put this on the bottle, which is why it's on your guidance. Now, what do we think about this?
Nice, smooth.
Smooth.
Licorice for sure.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you enjoy just having it this way?
Yeah, maybe with a ice cube.
Yeah, that's something different, but it's nice to see that it's starting to be a sipping rum and a white one. People are not yet used to them because usually dark ones are the one we sip on. It's more like an after dinner thing, like with a cigar, with a chocolate dessert, something like this. White sipping rum are more as an appetizer, a bit more acidic, a bit more delicate to the palate, so it's really nice to have it before dinner. Now the next question would be, what makes then a good cocktail product? Well, I could give you Louis XIII cognac, mix it with something, give it to you as a cocktail, sell it to you for $2,000, it would be a bad idea. Reverse thing, I could take the worst product I could find, which here is Rhum Doudou. Rhum Doudou is a kind of rum in which when you drink it, while you drink it, you get the hangover. Yes, I did it, no, I will not do it again. So I could take this, mix it with some product, sell it to you for $2, bad idea also. What you want for the cocktail is a very nice middle quality with a personality. For gin, think Hendrix. For rum, like Cuban cocktail, for example, well, Bacardi, Carta Oro, Havana 3 years. You know, it's rum, but it doesn't have that many notes above that you're not going to lose some when you mix it. You're making a drink with cucumber, well, Hendrix is mainly made with cucumber. It's okay if you lose a bit of the rose essence. People are going to be, oh yes, this is Hendrix, this is nice, I recognize it right away. That's what you want. Too bad quality, not good. Too high quality, well, you're going to lose so many notes. And then after years and years of bartending, you can tailor cocktail into the good product. For example, the one you had yesterday, the Tehani, it was tailored around this right rum, the Manao right rum, which is very delicate, very flowery, which is why we went on the refreshing side of things, which is harder to do. This one, it's a bit in between both. It is starting to be nice, but it has a nice personality. So that you've tasted, I'm pretty sure if I could put it in a pina colada, you're going to say, yes, Quentin, this is the rum I tasted this morning. Then we're going on to the next one. This one. Aging. Aging is what brings this color. Why? Wood is very much alive, even in barrel form. So what happens is when you pour liquid into it, and then temperature rises, absorb. Temperature goes down, releases it. And every time with a bit of the woody color and woody taste. When we say woody taste, in like cross vanilla and the fresh branch, you know, a young one, almost green, that you snap, you know, this kind of smell. Mix a bit of the both, and that's what we call woody taste. Now, why do we age? It's because every different wood has a taste, in fact.
And then
Now,
you age in a barrel?
yes.
Yes.
And some very different barrels. Like, for example, bourbon has to be aged in newly charred American oak. Otherwise, it cannot be called bourbon.
Right.
then what does the rest of the industry do? Usually buy these barrels and age it in, because otherwise it's a huge waste.
Can they only use the barrel once for the bourbon?
Yes, otherwise they cannot call it bourbon.
So you can't reuse it?
Nope. You'd have to take some New American oak, char it, age it once, and then it's done.
Interesting.
So do they use wine barrels at all? A lot of times.
This one, indeed, it's made with half, I think half, maybe not, that's a master blender's job, but it's a blend of eau de vie. Half is aged in ex-bourbon barrels, the other half in Banyuls barrels. Banyuls, it's a sweet wine, red wine from the south of France. So we're going to have some of these notes. Now also age. This one says VO, the next one VSOP. Manutea went with cognac distinction of age. VO means very old. VSOP, very special old pale.
I didn't know
Oh, it's okay, you can drink what I talk.
that. I had a question.
Yes.
A lot of times in the caramel colored drinks, they add caramel color. Is there an additive in that?
This one, no. And you can always see it because of the color. It's quite more dark than this.
Right. Okay.
But it's written, and when we say caramel, it's more just of a coloring agent. It has no taste, but it's really a coloring agent that's made from caramel.
But that one has
This one,
nothing
no.
here.
That's nice, yeah.
So VSOP, very special old pale, and XO, extra old. VO means at least 3 years old. VSOP means at least 4 years old. XO at least
Something like that, right?
10 years old, because we never do anything with any logic in France. When I say at least, it's because this is a blend, as I say. Now I'm going to end the debate on blend is not good, I only drink single malt, like for Scotch. Blend is not good. Blend means like you can mix things, so your product always has the same taste. If I buy Johnny Walker Blue Label now, it has the same taste as if I bought it 20 years ago, and it will have the same if I buy it 20 years later. You always know what you have in the bottle. Single malt means like it's from a single farm. So you know sometimes crops, it's not good. Sometimes it's very good. Sometimes some change a bit. So even if you buy the same bottle, single malt will have lots of personality depending on the year and everything. But this is a blend, so it should always have the same taste. And since it's a blend, at least 3 years old means the youngest eau de vie is aged for at least 3 years. You could have some 25-year-old in it. You don't know. That's the beauty of the blend.
And the number in the circle, what is that? Just
That's the number of ABV. So we have 43 ABV in this one. Now, tropical aging. It's the best and the worst for the product. The best because it's been scientifically proven that it takes 3 times less time to age than in Europe. So in fact, when we say at least 3 years old, it means it's at least 9, like for a Scotch. We're almost a 10-year-old Scotch. So it's pretty nice. You're going to say, Quentin, why not just, put everything down, everything in the tropics? Well, first the law. For example, Scotch, it has to be aged in Scotland, or you cannot call it Scotch. Then there is the worst part, angel share. Angel share, the name was coined in the Middle Age when they started putting wine in barrels, and then they would do quality control, and every time they'd be like, hey, there is a bit less in it. Might not be the angels tasting my product, so it's good. It's just alcohol evaporating. In Europe, or Europe like kind of climate, it's about 3% a year. Tropical climate, it's 7%.
Wow.
So think at least 3 years old means there is 21% of the barrel that is already gone.
Unbelievable.
Which is why even if some white ones are really good quality, they're almost always a bit cheaper than the brown one. Less risk, you say it right away, you don't have money weighted, and you have the whole product. Anything could go wrong in your warehouse. Roof can fall down and you lose everything. An insect gets into the barrel, it's not good for consumption anymore. A special mold goes into it, you taste it, it's not your product, but it's really good, so you sell limited edition and you make lots of money. It has happened already.
wow.
So this one, 3 years. On the notes, a bit more caramel, a bit more also the red fruit, candied red fruit from these Banyuls barrels. And you have also the roundness, the smoothness, as maybe you recognize from bourbon, this kind of same feel in the mouth from indeed the aging there.
Yeah. I get a lot of caramel from that.
So sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Really
it
sweet.
is really, and there is no sugar added.
So the aging is supposed to improve the smoothness, isn't it?
Yes,
And then why is that?
because of the wood. The woody taste. You know, when I said vanilla and such, vanilla is wrong. Vanilla is smooth. So it's just the wood that brings it.
But it doesn't change the ABV.
Yes, a bit. Since you lose a bit of alcohol, and then sometimes they put like, see, this is put in barrel at 50% ABV, as I said, and it goes out at 43. That's what sometimes you see cask strength. That means they put everything in the barrel and then you have it. Most of the time, to bring it down to 40%, even after 80, they still add water. Now we're gonna go on to the last one, VSOP. So at least 4 years. Do you think only 1 year? Yes, but it's 3 years. You're already on 12-year-old Scotch here. And always this at least. Because we don't know, there may be some 50-year-old rum in there.
And the reason, because it's a blend, this one's a blend also.
They're all blend.
No caramel coloring in this
No.
one. It's hard to find something in the US that doesn't have it.
Yeah, they do it because we tend to associate the dark color with the aging.
Right.
I just watched a show on food production, and it was, remember the yellow, they were using it for dye for something,
Right.
they decided to use it in food, but it was like a
And it's
industrial
terrible
product.
because it actually increases the risk of hangover, the caramel
I
coloring.
could see why.
Yeah.
I could definitely see why. So this one, 3 more years age, we're gonna go even more into the roundness, even more into the candied side, almost maybe black fruit, caramel, a bit more heavy note. Vanilla should be present on the top of the palate.
Yes, absolutely.
Now what do we think between the two rum? Which one's the best?
I think the second one, this one was the,
Okay.
for me.
Yes, okay.
VSOP, so this one, okay.
I kind of like the vanilla on top of it. The vanilla, I've got more vanilla notes here than the caramel, but I like them both.
This one's more bitter to me.
Ok, just give me one moment. Oui, Gustave, qu'est-ce qu'il y a? Ok, c'est pour la jousserie, c'est ça, peut-être?